I wanted Stuart to go so he can spend a bunch of money.
Yeah,
oh, you're going live now?
Yeah, might as well. This is the G spot. We're finally getting around to doing what we do, which is whatever, I guess. Thanks for joining us. I'm Scott G. I am the host of the G spot. This is KC Dirtbag. We're just going to take the time to visit with you on this beautiful day. Give you some tips about Kansas City, different things that we. But before we start our little steer, usually what we like to partake in is something to. It's medical. It's medicine. Tobacco. Everything that happens is for educational purposes. We're like two of the hardest working men in the business here. In show business, right? I feel like I'm in my mom's basement. Do you ever have that happen where you're sitting around? I don't know, is it called an epiphany, where you sit there and then you may stare off and like you're watching paint dry, and then after about a few minutes,
I do that at work every day.
Do you? Like, you then realize, oh shit,
man, no, watch paint dry.
All right, tell me more. So tell us about yourself. What is the interest for you as far as just the stage is yours? Dirtbag.
What's going on, everybody? What interests me? In what, Scott?
Okay, well, you've been a native. In fact, grew up in the Kansas City area. So what I'm going to focus on here is the things that, as far as the knowledge that you may have in the city growing up. Okay, there's so much history in the area here itself. So I just want to pick your brain for a second. Like, okay, and everybody
speaking of Kansas City history, there's a little history right there on this cup I'm holding. Harpo's. Wow, I haven't been there in a long time.
Where's it at?
Westport, I think, off of, is it Pennsylvania and Westport Road, tucked away to the south there. All I know is we used to go, there used to be a night, it was 25-cent beers, and we would give them a $5 bill and they'd bring us a tray. Wow. A tray of beers. I think they were only like 16 ounces or something, but they did the job.
Yeah, I think I had remembered. Okay, so right down in the area, which, if you're not familiar with Kansas City and kind of the downtown area or the plaza, the Westport area is going to be just south of Kansas City, like the downtown area, probably 10 minutes. And my memories of Westport, and so much has changed over the years, like I'm sure in the last 20, 30, whatever years of any major city, things are going to change. But my memories, and this is actually, John, this goes back to, John's my nephew and his dad's my brother. And probably, I would say 25 years ago, we were down in Westport.
We're really showing our age.
Early 20s, yes. And your dad was probably 40 something, but we were down there drinking, and it was the only time I really hung out with my brother, my oldest brother, drinking or partying or going out. He always kind of had a good talk about him, but he didn't really, with me, I didn't go out drinking or partying. So we went out, we were drinking, and it was about maybe midnight. I walk out and I see him sitting on the curb, and he's by himself, just sitting there. And I walked over and I was kind of like, hey, how you doing? He looked at me, he goes, well, I'm waiting for my damn beer. And I said, they don't, obviously they don't wait on people outside that are sitting on the curb. And he goes, yeah, this young lady over here took my $20 and said she'd be right back with a beer. I looked around and I was like, so at that point I knew that he just gave away some money if that really happened. Didn't even recognize who in the hell I was. He's like, get away from me, I'm waiting for my brother. I said, I'm your brother. He goes, no, you're not. Get away from me. And anyways, that was a strange night. That was in Westport. We're staying right on topic here, guys. Westport was, for me, I had my 21st birthday down there at the Hurricane. Do you remember where the Hurricane was at?
Oh, yeah. The Hurricane. I love the Hurricane. Up until, it just burned. Probably about 2-3 years ago it burned. And I don't know what they've done to rebuild it. A friend of mine owns the karate dojo right next door. Pretty cool to watch him. Shout out to Rudy, the Caveman crew. They've got some MMA fighters that are doing pretty good down there in the Westport area. It's pretty neat to watch him train out there on the streets, and the way he's got his little dojo set up down there.
And where's that located at exactly? Because you know that Miles, a friend, he used to take some karate, and it was right next to the bunker, right down there in the Westport.
That's
area.
what we're talking about.
Okay.
But my buddy bought that gym. That there was a gym there for a long time, but Rudy owns it now.
There you go, Rudy.
And it's MMA. It's MMA now, not. They teach all different martial arts, I guess, but it's mostly they're MMA fighters, mixed martial arts. So I think before it used to be karate or something like that.
Right. I forgot what the name of it was.
Yeah, right there by the bunker, though. That's the same place. And now out there across the street, there's a little island there because the road, is like a Y, and they practice and they train out there in that Y during the day sometimes. I see his videos.
Oh, okay. That's a nice area. And they've cleaned up a lot. That makes me laugh. That Taco Bell. Dude,
my friend,
it's a cantina.
So my friend Haley is the one that opened that. And she just posted yesterday, which I was going to message another friend of mine, but she just posted yesterday she's looking for a DJ to actually work in Taco Bell.
Wow.
They're going to, because it's open late, and I believe do they sell booze in there?
Yes.
I haven't been into that one yet.
I haven't either. I was driving by, I think about a week or two ago. I happened to lean over, and I knew there was a Taco Bell cantina or catina. A Catalina wine mixer. But I saw they have a space where you can sit outside. It looks like, a nice bar. And I happened to glance up, and I was like, Taco Bell? Yeah, so they have alcohol there. The food's probably still going to make you want to shit your pants in about 30 minutes. But it looked fun. It looked like I'm going to go in there one day just to check it out. So, yeah. Taco Bell.
Yeah, I used to, I know a lot of people that used to go to the coffee shop right there across the street, Broadway Coffee. And it was kind of sad sitting there. At that time, I was going down to meet a friend of mine for work, and every day we would meet there get the game plan going, and then go to work. And we were watching them destroy old Westport, literally in front of our eyes, right across the street. We're sitting here on the sidewalk every morning watching them tear down the buildings. It was a shithole bank, but they built huge multi-family homes, right there, and multi-family housing. And to me, that just, I don't know, ruins Westport.
So, okay, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. They're on the corner, which...
It's across the street from the karate place. I mean...
Right, they built that big, apartment building that's brand new. Okay, so with that building in the area there, you're saying that to you kind of ruined the area by putting that in there?
Oh, definitely. And then behind there as well, to the east, they've put there's another huge building. They've built up. I haven't been down there probably since they weren't even finished with that, but they've built up so much right there with the shitty apartments.
Well,
to the eye, they're appealing, but I've worked on a lot of those projects around town down there, and it's hard to believe what they pay for down there.
I want to, for a second here, and this is what I really enjoy, because I think I'm going to take a different perspective, and I want to just take a couple of minutes and then tell you what I think about that apartment building in that area right there. And then after I tell you, then you come back and let me know what you think of this opinion, okay? The building itself, when it was first going up, and the area at the time, like COVID and everything, I thought myself too, I was like, it's kind of a shithole down here. Places were closing down. Some of my favorite places, little breakfast place that was on the corner there, it closed down.
I love that place.
And so, right. And I'm like, oh crap, they're going to build this up. It's going to be,
City Diner?
Yeah, that's the place. I loved going there, man.
It was really good.
Great place. And early in the morning on like a Sunday or... So, not to regress, the place across the street, I saw it, and you know what? There's some things I care about. One, well, I want to make sure that people are happy with living in a place, and there's people, I guess, that are moving in, and there's plenty of people renting those places. So they're bringing in good people to come to the area to spend their good money, and they're not coming here to take a dump and pee on the wall across the street. So I think it's going to bring money and business. I think it's going to be good for the area, because they're going to continue to, now that will attract businesses to say, hey, we've got...
But they're not staying. That's the problem I'm having, is that it's not doing that. Mom and pop's places are still struggling. Mom and pop places are still closing down. You have more violence in Westport. I haven't been to Westport to go out since a friend of mine died, and we had a meeting. It's been a couple years. I'd like to go down there and have a beer and enjoy the day, midday, evening drink, but it's turned into a fucking shithole. The crowd that runs around down there, there's more shootings now than ever. So I have to disagree with what it's doing for that any of that's doing for Westport, because not saying any of those, that's the problem too. Those people that are in those houses probably aren't the ones bringing those problems and stuff to the area. But they also are, because then everybody's all fucking high hoity-toity, but these mom and pop places get their rent raised. They can't afford to stay in these buildings. They can't hang with it. It's happening in the River Market as well. That's why you see everybody that was shutting down in the River Market, because
and I see that
the rent,
right? And that's why in the end, well, when you think about that, with it in itself, whether it be progress or whatnot, you have to think, Well, what's going to happen? Are you going to let things just stay the same, keep them like $500 a month, or are you going to build and become? There's only like, you got Walmarts, you've got Targets. I mean, there are certain, all the little mom and pop, that's all disappearing. It's even
it's
harder
sad
now.
It's sad.
Harder than ever to have your own business from scratch, because I don't care what business it is. If you're starting your own, you're working all the time. You're not going and laying in bed at night going, yeah, this feels great, I'm getting a good night's sleep. You're probably constantly thinking about how you're going to make a penny, a dime, pay your bills. You want to grow. And even at that, the stress is unbelievable that would be put on you. So, yes, the whole
Everybody's
mom and
lives
pop
are,
thing
yeah.
is hard. Right. So I don't think mom and pop stores, though, are going to attract big commercial type businesses. And unfortunately, a lot of successful younger, middle-aged, older people, they like to live in inner cities or in hip neighborhoods, but they want to have them be like nice. They don't want them to be
but the problem is when they come in and change, that's fine. But go do that shit in the area that's already doing that. Don't tear down a building. Westport was founded in like 1850. Like, why go tear down historical buildings? And it might not be historical to somebody else, but it's just the whole deal. Like, every city we go to, we've lost Little Italy now. We don't have Little Italy here no more. It's turned into Little Japan, Little China. I'm just saying there's more Asian people than Italian people in Little Italy. We don't have the River Market. I mean, they've tore the shit out of it and rebuilt, and it's cool, yes, but the history's all gone. It's disappearing weekly. And that's what they kind of did to Westport.
Which, man, oh my goodness. See, and we've got,
like I said, it was founded in 1850. That place, there's a lot of history right there in Westport. They should try, if they're gonna build things or add on to things, I guess keep it turn of the century. Keep it old. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to keep new money flowing in there, and you've got to keep things progressing. And I understand, because even in our neighborhood or neighborhoods around the area here in Kansas City suburbs, my home was built in 1951, and the homes around me, they're tearing them down. They're putting in these literally $1 million homes. I got 3 of them across the street. And so it's like, I kept saying for a long time, oh my gosh, just don't do that. Keep things the way, the tradition of the neighborhood. But I'll tell you what, the thing that I do like is those older homes, a lot of them were falling apart because the people either were older, didn't take care of them, or they were just, now if they kept them up, I would have loved it, but some of them needed,
what's sad?
It brings the value of the neighborhood up, the more that people want to come here that have, are, paying $1 million.
You guys haven't, I don't know if you see, I don't know if they've done that, because they've been doing that over there in your neighborhood for a while with those areas, because I've done some work for years and would drive around and see them starting to tear down these houses.
Prairie Village, Kansas.
So
we can say it. Yeah, that's the area.
Like right now, what we're dealing with in Jackson County on our taxes is fucking insane. They basically have robbed. I mean, that cop in that process server got shot last week because a guy is getting so screwed in his taxes. But there's no reason for you to be paying $1 million taxes on a fucking $125,000 house. That's silly. So what they're doing to you over there is not cool either, man. I mean, that's ridiculous for them to. They shouldn't allow them to build those. I mean, they're not even huge, but they're just out of the. When you turn onto your street and you see like these 2 big white barns, down the road, and it's new construction homes above all these single level homes, ranch style homes with people building 2 and 3 story barns. There's no, I don't know. I don't see the reasoning behind that. I don't see why people want to. Is that somebody saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm better"? I don't understand what that is.
Is it my dick is bigger than yours?
I think so. I
Dude,
believe,
I'm
I
gonna
really
just
do.
Flop it out right here, and you know what? Look at me. Hey,
I believe
look
so.
at
It's like,
me.
why the hell would you do that?
Well, and they could have 3 or 4 kids, and you know
They
that
were
is
already.
I mean, you got to have room for them to kind of get away from.
Then you don't
life.
move into the neighborhood. You go find a fucking 3
You
or
go
4
find
bedroom
your own
house.
place to go.
Yeah, you go find a
Your
3 or 4
happiness
bedroom
is
house.
not going to be on my street. Okay.
I just don't like how some of those, they're beautiful what they've done. I'll tell you what's sad is the construction on those new homes is probably, I almost guarantee you, shittier than the work that was done on the original homes. Because today's, especially, we have a running joke in the construction industry, and it's about Kansas builders, the way they slap shit together out there and the way they build houses. I mean, you know, you've had a lot of repairs to do on that place.
Right.
You know, on that whole area out there, they've had issues. And so it's been an ongoing joke for years about Kansas homes. I know people that won't even go out there to work on things with other builders and stuff. Shitty people everywhere, but I'm just saying it's been a funny thing. But yeah, I don't know. I like what they've done, but maybe it's the old school in me. I'm sick of seeing our city change. Change is good, but I'm sick of seeing them spend money, I guess, in places that it shouldn't be spent. And that's in, you know, that's me,
well,
though.
They get so much of your, tax money every year.
They fuck all of
you'd
us.
think they could spread your money around. You pay so much. I mean, geez, they're paying fucking stripes
a house,
at the basketball court.
Simply somebody that has to pay $4,000, $5,000 on their taxes, on their property tax 2 years ago, it would be almost double that the next year is what they did to everybody.
Yeah.
I forgot if it was like 70%. I've heard it. I think I heard it was raised. Some people's was raised, said that 70%. That's what that guy the other day, I mean, he had some mental issues. He shot a cop and he shot a process server out here in Jackson County. But I'm telling you, that's what led to it. The guy was at his house out there by where your mom and dad's house was. You hear about that last week?
No. I think had mentioned it, but I had not heard.
The guy had a house out there. He got behind on his taxes, regardless, whatever. If he was behind or whatever. I mean, everybody has their thing. But what Jackson County did to him is they jacked him so high. It was like they appraised his house one year at like $230,000. The next year, they appraised his house at $600 and something thousand. Same fucking house. He didn't do nothing to it. You can't do that to people. And then they want him to pay taxes on a $600 and something thousand house that's not a $600,000 house. They've done this with all the Jackson County, Blue Springs, Independence. There's people suing the fuck out of our county right now. That's why with this Royals and Chiefs taxes and all this shit, you guys are on the other side of the county line, don't know nothing about it, man. That's why a lot of people are fucking pissed, dude. Because Jackson County is a bunch of fucking crooks. Frank White, I hate to say it, he's a fucking crook. Our mayor, fucking crook. It sucks, but they're politicians. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I just try to be oblivious to everything. I don't watch the news. I don't pay attention to much. I figure I'm going to enjoy my best life that I can live, and I'm so happy every day that, you know, I guess when the firebomb or whatever's going to happen is headed toward the world and everybody's freaking out, then that's when I'll freak out. But until then, I'm going to keep living my best life. without harming other people. Let's see, what else was I, and we got kind of off kilter with that whole thing because of the tax money. And the one thing I'll mention before we get back to actually,
No, I thought we were talking about Kansas City.
We are, is taxes for things you own. So when you buy a car and it's paid for, there are some states that every year you keep paying taxes just for owning it. That's bullshit.
Personal property tax.
And I've paid right because you own property, bitch. You want me to go naked? Fuck.
We shouldn't have to even put license plates on our fucking vehicles. We shouldn't have to. We bought it. It's ours. Done. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to pay anything else to drive your vehicle.
You're right.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, some states got it good.
You're right. But you know why they get away with it? And it's very simple. It's because to drive your property, your vehicle on a road that is owned by the city says your property has to have this license on it. But if you want to say, fuck the city, I'm going to drive with nothing. You could drive a car or whatever. If you had 100 acres, you could drive all over your property on your own roads and you'd never have to. You could put suck a dick on your license plate and then you could have your own little fake sheriff. But anytime you go, this is what they say. Anytime you go off your property onto the city, they're going to say you're going to be paying us. And they get away with it. So, and obviously all the laws and everything are always.
You guys have some stuff that's more lenient too, like car titles, bill of sales, shit like that for vehicles and registration. Like you can go Kansas, you don't even have to tag trailers and shit. Like you guys got some pretty lenient laws for as far as purchasing like vehicles and like I think you don't even have to have a fucking title over there. I think you can use like a bill of sale when you buy a used vehicle and shit. But I know for a fact, like trailers and certain things, you ain't got to have anything for them. Over here, we have a boat in Missouri. We have to have a title for the trailer, a title for my, like my boat. I have a title for the trailer, title for the boat, title for the motor. You have to have everything titled. You have to have a title for everything. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. Like if I want to take a motor out and go on the water and go fishing, I have to have a title for everything. You know, if I want to put a different motor on my boat instead of trolling motor.
So, yeah, that's the separation, you know, where some people, honestly, I don't see how they can afford to do all the little things like registering things. Like if you're working and it's not even a cut down, McDonald's or something, and let's say $15 an hour, which nowadays is nothing to shake a stick at if you're a younger person and you're, you know, either getting an education or whatnot. So for me, but if you have even two people and you're both making 15 an hour, I don't, you know, licensing a car, paying for just all the things that you have to have, it's an eat. And then you pay for your rent and you're not going to be able to be saving a ton of money. And just, you know, there's a big separation. And then if you're making obviously $100,000 a year, it's easier to maintain certain, you know, insurance and things like that because you have more to work with. That makes sense. But yeah, it's the whole concept, taxes and all that stuff. It's just part of being in the system, you know, to buy into that and to have peace of mind. You know, you give
Speaking of the system, no, I'm not even going to get into politics today.
And this, but the comparison now, like, and you were referring to, because I'm right across, I mean, within a mile of a state line between, I'm on Kansas, and then Dirtbag, he's in Missouri, and he's just basically right north of the downtown area. So down in that area there, kind of north of downtown. And so we have seen over the years just, different areas of the city. And it's kind of ironic how things are different depending on where you may be pulled over to and what you're doing. It may not be a crime in one city. Oof. Victimless crimes. That's going to be a topic I will cover in the future. Right after, what is it? It's your love language. Is that what it is, Brooke? One of my friends, Brookie, she's like, we need to do a show on your love language. Not even sure what it would be mean to be a love language, but I always say mine's food. If you look at my belly nowadays, my side profile. See, from the front, when I'm looking at myself, I'm looking pretty good, pretty stout. From the side, it tends to just, you can... Love language. My love language is eating. Italian, yes please. Pizza, yes please. No, I've done better. I don't. And beer. Oh my God. I've been having some beers. I like my beer time and my sake. What's your favorite drink? If you could have any drink right now, it doesn't even have to be alcohol. Please, if you're one of the 0 people that are watching this right now, then I'm going to expect a comment down there about what you wish you were drinking. Right now, let's see. I would take us hot sake. I know it's March, but what about you? What's your favorite drink at any given time if somebody threw it at you? That's going to show me who watched this long of this nonsense. We're at 30 minutes of officially, not officially, the first episode that we are live streaming of being here in the G spot. I'm sure that you may have caught earlier, I'm here with, everybody calls him Dirtbag. I wonder why. I guess that's a whole nother show on its own, but KC Dirtbag's with us. Kind of been talking about the Kansas City area, Missouri, Kansas, and some of the different things that may stand out where we like to go, memories of things to see, places, people to do. Whoops, reverse that. Things to people. Oh, well, without any more wasting time, I'm going to get Dirtbag back in here. We'll do some more. We've got a few more minutes here of your precious time. Waste it. Do not leave the G spot. It's nice here. It's cuddly. It's warm. We're going to talk about feelings sometime, but not right now. Okay, here we go. And here comes back with here he is, man of the hour.
Now, can they hear this music?
Yeah, they're going to be able to jam a little bit with that.
All right. I just wanted to know if they could feel this too.
Oh, yeah. We feel it. Can you dig it? The Rock. Not related to Kansas City. Who's your favorite actor? Man actor right now. Who's your favorite? If you just picked a favorite actor just off your head.
I mean, one of my favorite all-time actors, Robert Duvall.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was just actually thinking about that yesterday, but I think because I was going through Amazon last night looking for something to watch. But yeah, he's one of my favorite actors.
Man. When you said
you wasn't expecting that, was you?
No. But it changed my way that I was going to go with.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I couldn't really. Well, the reason I say, I like I told you, what did I watch? Ricky Stadicki.
Yeah.
Last night, and I mean, some things were funny, but I caught myself staring at the TV, almost like wanting to laugh, but it didn't. Nothing came out. I just kind of smiled big. But I mean, there was funny times I laughed. But I'm saying several times I actually caught myself like wanting to laugh out loud, but it just didn't pull it out of me. And I was really kind of disappointed because I was hoping it was going to be a. I didn't watch any of the reviews or anything, and I was hoping that it was going to be a laugh out loud comedy. There hasn't been any in a long time. That's what it was. Robert Duvall, when he's the dad and the kids are playing soccer with Will Ferrell.
Oh my God! What is that? Is that screaming and kicking? Or
yes,
kicking
when
and
he's
screaming. Or
okay.
something?
So that's what I seen the other day. And I was like, damn, I want to watch that, and I didn't. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet for a while, but yeah, that's him. And anyways, I just haven't seen any good comedies. But who's yours? Who's your favorite?
It depends a lot on what type of a movie I am interested in, like my mood. But
right, I know, but I'm saying who's your favorite actor if you had to say right now? Because Robert Duvall's not what I want to watch when I'm just...
Right. Okay, so oh, wow. Well, okay, favorite an actor that comes to mind, because I can't really, it's not justification for saying like a favorite, but someone that comes to mind would be Brad Pitt. I like him as an actor. I think he's very versatile in playing a lot of different types of roles.
That's funny.
And Gene Hackman. That's the guy I thought about when you first said yours. Gene Hackman came to my mind. He's like 95, isn't he?
Is he alive still?
I think so. Let's look.
You're talking about Willy Wonka, Blazing Saddles.
Willy Wonka. Gene Hackman wasn't in Willy Wonka.
Oh, I thought, who's that? That's who's Willy Wonka? The original Willy Wonka?
That's Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. I'm sorry, I said Blazing Saddles too. Who's Gene Hackman? Yeah. Gene Hackman. I know who it is.
Yeah. So.
I've got him here.
I think we can.
Yeah, I know who Gene is. Yeah, Gene Hackman. So, I don't know. He coached that football.
So yeah, look, this is basically, so Gene Hackman is 94 years old.
He usually just like fills in most roles, I guess. Like, I mean, he's got a couple of old ones that he was like, the Royal Tenenbaums. There you go.
God, he is something. He really had such an amazing. Well, I don't think he acts anymore, but he had an amazing. Morgan Freeman, all these. Oh, retirement. On 2004, he basically said that because of his age, he was going to be retiring. Huh. Yeah. So I was just kind of checking that a little bit here. So, Gene Hackman. Was he in Waterworld with Kevin Costner?
I didn't see Waterworld.
Oh. Man. Hey guys, also
speaking of Kevin Costner, wow. Broke away from Yellowstone and has that new series. Hold on a second. I wasn't prepared for this, but I'll pull it up right now. And it looks amazing. What is it called? Damn it. Kevin Costner.
Guys, I want to take a real quick moment to thank the supporter of this particular broadcast. Yes, it is this right here. Two Joints Surfing Company. They're out of California. Wonderful. Thank you very much for sending me this hat. I appreciate it. Also, I've got 2 channels, KC Blade Drip. I do knife reviews. Also, you are watching here at the G Spot, at KC G Spot on YouTube. Like, subscribe. We're going to be doing this. Well, if you don't like it, subscribe, and then you can leave my channel. Get your ass out. All right, go ahead. Sorry, thank you.
Nah, he's got a new show. I believe it's called Horizon, and it's a Western, Civil War times Western, but it looks fucking good. There's a couple of trailers out right now.
What's it called?
Horizon.
And it's a new...
it's a new series coming out. He broke away from Yellowstone, so this last season of Yellowstone filming was his last.
Oh wow, man.
And he's got a hell of a deal going on, man. Looks very good. I mean, it had me as soon as I seen the...
Is it spelled Horizon?
Zon?
Well, because I was looking for that and didn't see anything.
Well,
online.
I'm looking at it right now. Kevin Costner's new series.
All right, I'm gonna put.
And it's called Horizon. It's all over Google. Now, when I watched it a couple weeks ago, I don't remember it being called Horizon.
Okay, so here,
yeah,
I'm
An American Saga. Yeah, that's it.
Right here, okay.
Yeah, this has. I'm obviously this is
You and I
wide.
are standing guard in one of the last great open spaces.
Make that bigger.
These people think that if they're tough enough, smart enough, and mean enough, all this will be there someday. There's no army of this earth that's going to stop those wagons coming, little as they're wanted.
Somebody needs to fix his hat.
Get him out of here! Get in there quick. Quick. Come on. It's all right. I'm gonna be with Dad. No. No. No.
All I'm trying to do is get as many of us as I can, as far as I can.
I'd just like to have a drink tonight with someone that knows how to act.
You're not taking the full measure of this, Mary. I know the man I met was on his way to kill everyone in that house. He might as well have been walking up to get the mail for all it bothered him.
What you build, they will burn down.
Okay, all right. I like it. So that, yeah, I'll check it out. I guess that comes out June of 24. Is that what it said?
When is the new Roadhouse coming out?
Dude, it's already came out, or is it this month? I think it's sometime this month.
Let me look here. I mean, I'm not excited about it. I fucking hate Conor McGregor.
Jake.
Well, I don't
is it
think
Jake
Connor
Gyllenhaal?
plays. Yeah, the other dude. No.
Yeah.
I don't really care for anything. I couldn't tell you. Was he in? He wasn't in SWAT. That was Colin Farrell, I believe.
Is it Colin Farrell or?
So that wasn't
him.
Gyllenhaal. Yeah, I don't recall any movies. I know he was in that gay cowboy shit. I can't recall any movies that I've ever really watched or cared. I can't. I don't know. I don't know what he's been in. But I mean, I'll watch. Where can I watch Roadhouse?
It was come out on Amazon or something.
Yeah, it was supposed to. I don't know if it's out or not. March 8th. Oh, that's yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I guess-
okay. I didn't even see it preview last night.
Oh man, I can't. So if it's out, then tonight later on I'll watch it.
And we can do a review.
Yeah.
Hey, it just came out. Probably nobody has any reviews out on it yet, I wonder. We'll
Yeah.
have to look
So
and
see.
see.
We could do another little show this weekend after we've watched it.
Yeah,
you guys know if
I'll
you should
definitely
watch
watch
it or
it
not.
because I've been wanting to just enjoy a couple of movies and shit instead of I ain't had much to watch lately. I watched do you watch Narcos or any of that stuff on Netflix? Any of those series?
I have before. But
Chapo
I
and
don't watch them.
Griselda is on there, and that was about Griselda Blanco, that bitch that sold cocaine in Miami, and
It's a series.
yeah, it's a mini series on Netflix, but it's about Griselda Blanco. She was like the Black Widow. She like ran cocaine, like big time. She was bigger than most. She was like the woman back in like the 80s and 70s. Well, anyways, that's where the stories get twisted because I watched this series just because I had nothing to do. I was sick with COVID or whatever, and it's the new one. There's many stories about her, but obviously, when you look up things or watch things, your algorithm automatically starts feeding you junk. So YouTube started pulling up this dude talking about Griselda, and so it ended up being her son. And believe it or not, it's funny. So he did 6 episodes or so. He did a podcast for every episode. And a guy, picked apart what was true and false about his mom and how it was portrayed. And it was kind of, Netflix kind of fucked it up, man, because I didn't think nothing. I thought it was a good story. And then once I heard this guy's review on it, he was like, no. He's like, they had the whole timeline. They tried to crunch too much stuff into an hour, for a series, 6-part, 7-part series. But anyway, I like history, and I was hoping to get more from the Netflix story, but it wasn't that great, I guess, as far as really touching on a lot of these things. What I found interesting is the guy now has his family operating. I guess they sell the bags that you can put marijuana or any kind of, they're Ziploc, paraphernalia bag, I guess, or something. So they have, he has all these companies out in California, and I was just curious as to how much of mom's money was available for all these people to live the lifestyles they're living and do what they're doing, I always find that interesting that all these drug dealers, ex-drug dealers, murderers, mob rats, crooked cops, they all come on to YouTube and are doing fucking great. I mean, they still have a lot of money, and they make a lot of money on their past lives.
You hit the nail on the the head, bud.
Past lives. So I guess if you was to commit a crime, snitch on people, basically get away with your crime and tell a story about it, you can be a successful YouTuber.
Yeah. You can be
It's wild.
a success at anything that you set your heart out to be, successful at. It just takes good practice. Something I'm always telling everybody, it's like, especially the younger persuasion folks, whether they're boys, girls, I tell them, I'm like, you're not going to wake up one day and be like, oh yeah, I'm wonderful at this. You have to go out there and keep doing it and get better and better at it. So be all you can be. Justice, a better tomorrow. Let's search for the truth. Boing, la, 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 la. Here we are in the G-spot. So yeah, man, what we'll do is I want to go ahead and we're going to close down our episode, and then I'm going to check out the movie. Let's come back, revisit this over the weekend, and we'll let you guys know what we thought of that. I mean, all 0 of you. We appreciate that. Here, let's hear what a large explosion sounds like. That wasn't very big. Come on. Ooh, that was pretty good.
What do you got? A noisemaker?
Yeah, it's a little soundboard. It's kind of neat because it gives you those.
I can't even hear it though.
Oh, you can't? That's
no, it's not.
It's not pointed. Thank you for letting me know that you couldn't hear it. Now I don't even, because it's not about my pleasure. It's always about the guest.
Yeah, you can't.
Pleasure.
I can't hear you.
Okay. But you can hear me now?
Yeah, your voice. Fuck you whining about?
All right, guys, don't forget, join the channel, be a part of the journey. We're just going to keep doing this and giving you ridiculous advice, things, not relationships, because I think that, what is it, Adam, and he's sleeping on the couch, or she's dozing in his arms, or something like that. It's a couple. They're giving relationship advice. I had so much of their advice, I became an expert. Now I don't need it anymore. But you guys, anyone, check out their channel. What's it called? Dirtbag? It's
Sleeping with your friends?
no, it's sleeping on the couch, or I sleep on the couch, or something. I forgot.
Sleeping on the couch?
Maybe they'll watch this and comment on it. And this is
Sleeping with your friends.
Sleeping with Bienemy. Eric Bienemy. No, folks, you cannot get us to sway off track. We don't do that. We're going to stay on topic. It is at KCG Spot. Send me an email. Let me know if you want to be on the show. Give me a little information about yourself. All emails will go to kcgspot@gmail.com. Your name and just a little about you. Love to have you. I could send you a link that allows you to join, to be a part of the show directly from your phone, or you could do it from a tablet, computer, if that's preferable and comfortable for you. And we appreciate you taking the time to listen to nonsense. That and my good friend Dirt.
Yeah, you don't fuck something up.
Are you going to be coming back in the future to hang out with us?
I can't hear you if you were talking.
Oh, no, you couldn't hear me. Well, hey, I was telling everyone that may be watching to join, follow, set the alerts, because when we go live, we can take comments. If people were here saying, hey, you jerk off, I want to know, Do you like to eat pie or do you like to, eat pie? And what's your favorite flavor? Vanilla. Vanilla, folks. Love you. Stay cool. Be good. And peace out. Peace out. Coming
Take care,
from KC,
everybody.
great right in the middle of the world. Love you, baby.